Good afternoon. I'm Mark Acosta with the Press Enterprise and PE.com. We're here today to talk about the California exit exam. The results have come out today on Tuesday. I'm joined here by Dayna Straehley, one of our education reporters here at the newspaper. And we're going to start off by talking a little bit about the exit exam, Dayna. You've been working on it all day here. So why don't you start off, if you could, by telling our viewers a little bit about what is on the exit exam, what subjects are covered, that kind of thing.
The exit exam covers math and English language arts. Math goes up to Algebra 1. Most students take that in 8th grade now. 6th, 7th, 8th grade math is most of it. The English language arts section is 10th grade English. It includes an essay, 79 multiple choice questions. They do a literary response. They read an informational text.
So there is some actual writing. It's not all.
There is actual.
It's not all filling in the bubbles.
There's actual some actual writing.
I see. And when some of our viewers who have high school students or are in high school would know this, but for others, when does one take the high school exit exam, and how many times can you take it? That kind of thing.
Everyone has to take the high school exit exam for the first time in 10th grade, and parents already have the scores from how well their kids did back last spring on the exit exam. Anyone who doesn't pass either the language arts section or the mathematics section can take it again. It's offered twice more in 11th grade. It's offered 3 to 5 times in 12th grade. Anyone who doesn't pass it, almost 95% of the class of 2010 has already passed it. But anyone who hasn't passed it can keep taking the exit exam. Schools offer remedial help for kids who didn't pass it the first time.
Right, and needless to say, obviously this is required to get a diploma.
It's required to get a diploma. For the first time this year, it's not required for students with disabilities to get a diploma. The state's working on alternative tests for students with disabilities.
I see. So moving on to the results that were released today, you listened in on Jack O'Connell's news conference earlier. But before we talk about what Jack had to say, Mr. O'Connell, can you tell us what some of the highlights and lowlights were, or rather the highlights of the exit exam here in the Inland Empire?
Here in the inland area, Murrieta Valley had the highest passing rates on the exit exam, 92% in math and English sections. Temecula Valley was right behind with 92% passing in math and 91% passing in English. These are 10th graders taking it for the first time. Corona Norco had 88% passing math and 86% passing in English, and the scores kind of bunched up more after that.
After that, I see.
But,
go ahead.
San Bernardino's Middle College High School, another very high point. This is a high school where high school students are also taking college classes. 100% of the 10th graders there pass both the English and math sections.
Wow. And that's in the San Bernardino City
That's
Unified
in San
School
Bernardino
District.
City Unified.
I see. Now think back to the press conference a few hours ago. What were some of the highlights that Jack O'Connell, the state superintendent of schools, what did he trumpet this afternoon?
He started off by saying that he wrote this legislation back when he was in the state legislature.
Right.
He wants the high school diploma to be more than a certification of seat time. It's kind of the minimum of what high school graduates are expected to know. He said in his teleconference with reporters today that overall he's pleased with the progress. More kids are passing the exam overall. More of them are passing it for the first time. More Black and Latino and low-income students are passing the exam, but he did emphasize the moral and economic imperative of closing that achievement gap.
Right, that's been a big focus of his, obviously.
Yes, that's been a big focus of his,
everything.
and it's been a focus of the federal accountability measures for schools.
Okay, so you've already got a story up on PE.com, and you'll have one in tomorrow's paper, right?
Yes.
So we're going to wrap up here, so just please take a look at PE.com for full Inland Empire scores of how 10th graders did, right?
Yes.
And see tomorrow morning's newspaper in the Press Enterprise for more on the high school exit exam. Hey, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming out, Dayna, and taking a little break from your story.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.